Back to one of our top stories at this hour, where a 15-year-old learner from Queen's High School in Johannesburg has died following a bullying incident at the school. For more on this, we're going to be joined by Gauteng Department of Education spokesperson Steve Mabona to weigh in on the incident. Steve, thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon, and to all our viewers.
It's obviously a somber moment for the country. Lots of questions at this point as investigations are underway. Perhaps you could just give us your reaction to the incident that occurred at the Queen's High School.
No, thanks very much. We must always probably say an alleged bullying because the investigation has already been started. We will give them an opportunity to continue with the investigation, and they will give us a report on what might have transpired there. Our officials were at the school, a day after the report was put on the table, and we'll give them an opportunity to conduct that investigation. I mean, our school have, cameras throughout, so all the allegations will then be followed through, and we'll check on what might have transpired there.
No, fair. That's a fair summation. Thank you for that. So in lieu of the alleged incident that happened at this point, walk us through the action that the department perhaps is taking following the incident for those implicated, for the school at large, and for the family.
No, we have already sent our psycho support team, and they will continue because the MEC is visiting the school tomorrow to interact with the school management, and he will also visit the family to convey his condolences, just to understand as well from their, perspective, as we will normally do, with all other families. So the counseling will continue, and they will then, parallel to that, the investigation will also then continue. We understand that the police as well, they have started their own investigation. Will also give them time to conduct that probe.
Sure. What are some of the potential charges that the alleged perpetrator should be facing should it come to light? What are we looking at?
No, we can't go there now because an investigation must indicate on what transpired. So we'll give them an opportunity to do that.
Okay.
Because we can't say because there's this allegation, then this is what we are looking at. We are not at the level where we can preempt on what's going to be happening on investigation. Investigation must be given an opportunity to, continue, and the report will then assist us on to make any determination whatsoever.
No, thank you very much for that, Steve. I wonder in general how you're going to deal with the issue of bullying at large. Are there fears at this point that the issue might spread and that other schools may succumb to such activity?
No, but you must be wary of wanting to confirm that this is bullying before we get that report. But yes, in general, we can talk about bullying. We have a program that we have already launched, that is Khutlamulao. The MEC launched that program 2 weeks ago. We focus on potential bullies and those that would have been involved in violence in our schools, those that we think that there might be a problem. And we work very closely with the Department of Community Safety to, searches, in different schools. Those that are probably alleged to be selling drugs and those that are probably consuming. So we take them through programs, work with our sister departments, social development, correctional services. We have tours that we take them through. So we're going to be putting an emphasis on that since we have launched this program and we've identified schools that are in the high-risk areas, not only from those activities, but criminal activities in and around our schools being broken into, stealing, our equipment. So all those will be in the safety strategy that we've already launched 2 weeks ago, which will do a lot of work on the ground. And we appeal with the members of the community to work with us, report, these matters. And the police, we work very closely with them. And in the school where we launched this program, the police station and the police commander has already committed that they are adopting that school. So they will be working very closely with us and make sure that we conduct necessary searches in that school and some of the schools that are in around the area.
Steve, I appreciate those sentiments. Bullying is a psychological phenomenon, and it's obviously got to do with power relations as well. It's not a criminal offense. To date, a student has died, and that's why the questions have escalated to that point. So it's very hard, as much as the investigation is happening, let me finish, a child has died, and that is why we can't dismiss the questions in the manner that I'd been asked. But I thank you for that context. I wonder, just to quell the situation in the short term, what you're going to do. The long-term effects is exactly what you've alluded to through the programs already that have been put in place. Yet we sit here and the issue is still at hand.
I have a problem with the assertion that you want to conclude on something that you don't know. And we have said, we have started an investigation which will probably assist us on what might have transpired there. But you are focusing on wanting to confirm that, yes, indeed, it did happen and it's bullying. So that is a very dangerous statement that you are making. But I'm saying, yes, we have identified in some schools that there's an element of bullying in around learners, and we have already implemented those programs. Those programs are not long-term, they are short-term, because once we identify those potential bullies, we put them into the program. When we are done with them, then they can come back to school, or if they are expelled in one school, then it's our responsibility, because they will be still of a school-going age. They will need to be in a classroom. We need to find an alternative in terms of placing them in other schools. But yes, we can't underscore that bullying is a challenge that has been identified in and around our schools. I'm cautioning you on this specific case. That's why I keep on being wary of wanting to confirm on, like, you are being factual on things that you don't even know.
Okay, that's a fair point. So then, just in conclusion, at this point, the incident isn't related to bullying because the investigation is still underway.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's give the opportunity of those that are investigating this case to conclude and give us a report on what transpired here. And leading to that, it will then assist us. But safe to say that SABC has decided that he's visiting the school. Normally, when he visits the school and he receives information that might, inform him to take a different route, he will then be in a position to do that. That's why he felt that he needed to go to the school. So that's why I don't want to be concluding or be conclusive of what transpired before we get to the bottom of it.
Okay, so Steve, you've spoken about the multi-pronged approach to deal with bullying in South Africa. Perhaps as investigations conclude, we'll probably get more information from you, from the department, from the SAPS. Thank you for your time with us on the SABC and for those sentiments at this hour. Steve Mabona is the Department of Education's national spokesperson, weighing in on the alleged incident, a 15-year-old learner from Queen's High School in Johannesburg having died following a alleged bullying incident at the school. It's believed that the learner was allegedly forced to drink poison by another learner who was bullying him. So it is a developing story. We're still trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. There really are more questions than answers at this point, but we'll monitor developments as it unfolds. Again, thanks to Steve for his time with us on the SABC.